is brought to you by FOP, the largest European producer of sewing machines. FOP sewing machines and sergers are simply the best. By Pellon, the first name in interfacing and craft material, and the first choice of home sewers for professional results. Pellon products by Freudenberg. By Ginger, a tradition of quality in scissors and shears for home, classroom, and industries. Ginger scissors and shears are the choice of professionals. By the Balint, the most fashionable home sewing publishers and and by Nancy's Notions Gallery, featuring specialty sewing books and hard-to-find sewing notions and supplies.
Welcome to Sewing with Nancy and to our program on quick napkin creations. Today we're going to show you how to fuse, stitch, and serge napkins. And to share these ideas, I have serging and sewing expert Gail Brown. Welcome, Gail.
It's great to be here again.
Gail's going to be showing us 4 of the 18 different napkins that she has placed in her book called Quick Napkin Creations. It's fast, it's creative, it's fun, and we're going to start off with something very simple.
It's a no-sew technique that requires only fusing both for the ring and for the edge. And then we progress into something a little more creative with serging, blending threads, and actually applying wire to the edge to create our ring.
This is a very fashionable creation, and it's fun to do. So Gail and I are going to be setting up the table. We're going to start with the fuse technique, the no-sew technique that only takes a few minutes of time but looks so great. And then we're going to go into something more traditional and creative. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the no-sew napkin. Let's begin by taking a close look at our first napkin idea.
If you'd rather press than sew, this technique's for you. Fusing eliminates rattling and is a nifty alternative when your machine isn't with you.
We're going to begin by telling you about napkin sizes, and one of our favorite sizes is a little bit larger than maybe you're accustomed to.
I like to cut my napkins 19 inches so that they come down to an 18-inch finished size.
So for most of our napkins, we're using 19-inch squares and using small sides. For this idea, we'll be looking at fusing the webs that paper back and it's available in strips that this is the idea, and this all intended was learned so the edge just fuse it down. At this point, you have the option of pinking if you like something above that because of the web, but you can pink that edge. And when paper is on it pinks very cleanly. And then you can remove the paper. And by the way, I forgot to decide what you say to sell. Fuse to get all opposite ends of the napkin. And then I just finger press web to web rather than web to fabric. And go back and hold that and it will just adhere. And then I press it securely. And I've done that side to side. And then I repeat for the other side. And you're finished. So north and south ends and east and west ends. And your napkin is complete. Just a little pressing and folding. We worked with a napkin ring idea using the same thought of using the fusible web, the paper-back fusible web, and the strips are what size now?
Now, the fabric strips we begin with are 3 inches wide by about 6.5 inches long. And then I pressed the paper-back fusible strips 3/4 of an inch wide on either side. Remove the paper and fold them in and press, which our next sample shows. Press that down, again, no sewing involved.
The rogers are on the inside.
So they're not going to show. fuse it to the end, take the paper off, fuse it back so that we have a finished end that we just fold over, and then with permanent glue, yes, we hold those for a little while, and you have a fabric napkin ring. Now for this fun fold that you have here, this kind of bouquet fan effect is just 30 seconds or less, you said. Yes, and all I've done for this, and I don't take very long at all to do my folds, I just finger fold up through the middle, fold it in half, and then place it through my ring, fanning out the top, much like a bouquet of flowers. This idea makes a great idea for decorating your home, as well as for gifts. So we'll show you a little bit later how to use these great napkin ideas to cover pillows, vases, wine bottles, but I think this is a wonderful idea. And you gave me 20 of these napkins at one time, and I've used them so often. So I hope many of you will try these to work with these as gifts. And the edges did wash well, didn't they?
They certainly did. I hope you'll try this. For those of you who own a double needle or twin needles, here's a creative idea or way of sewing this napkin.
Because of easy twin needle top stitching, only minutes are spent hemming this napkin. The stitching is always perfectly parallel, and the zigzag bobbin thread discourages raveling.
We're going to work with a double or twin needle in the machine, and let's just have a quick review on that. This small little needle has one shank and two needles, either 3 millimeters to 4 millimeters, or even 1.6 millimeters apart. The size really doesn't matter for this napkin. Actually, the wider the better. I think we're done to go. I'll tell you just 10 minutes to set up the machine. Now let's discuss the napkin size. I started with a 20-inch square because for an 18-inch napkin, this isn't a hard size. That's
Then I ordered a sewing machine and used the twin needle and a single thread in the bottom, and from the right side I just stitched 3/4 inch from that edge fold.
Let's take a little closer look at the machine, how you set it up for the double or twin needle. Remember, you're going to be using 2 threads in the top, and here you can see how our machine is set up with 2 spools of thread. One is unwinding left to right, and the other spool of thread is unwinding right to left. And that's a little hint to use to prevent those threads from intertwining and tangling as they're feeding through the machine. And then make sure that when you're guiding it, you're sewing from the right side together, so you get the twin needle or double needle from the top side.
After I have sewn that side, I proceed with my applicator scissors to trim off the excess hem with my applicator scissors as I try to stitch and that stitching finishes the edge.
It also prevents it from raveling, so you don't have to worry about seeing finish on that raw edge.
I do the same thing for the other side.
So both alternate sides or opposite sides are finished.
And then I repeat for my last 2 sides, and I have a finished napkin.
Gil, I think an idea to make a point times as you're sewing on those corners is to shorten your stitch length as you're reaching the corner so that it is secure. Right, then back stitching. I want you to show this fast.
It's so easy. We call it playing with fire in the book. And all you do is take the square fold in half, and then think about 2 inches or 1.5 inches, please, all the way up, and then hold your finger in the middle with your other hand, and we have a helper help you do this. I just pull it up into a jelly roll type roll, tuck under the end, and then reach inside to pull out my flaming flower, which accents that lovely crisscross between the top stitching.
So we're sewing how top stitching to the double sewing opposite sides, and then folding by rolling it. And I think this is great.